Welcome to the video about human resource management in project management. In this video, we will learn about how to plan for the right team for your project. Human resource management in the project context is a little bit different to human resource management in a business. Here's why. Firstly, in a business, you're responsible for a department of people which is usually fairly stable. However, almost all projects require a unique range of specialist and general project skills. You need to identify those skills and bring people with those skills into your project to form a team. Secondly, the specialist skills identified are not usually required for the whole project, so the people who have those skills will come and go from the team. The usual team development you may have heard of, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning, can't always happen in a logical order, but more about that later. Thirdly, it's likely that at least one person in your project team has their own agenda and intended goals, which may not be the same as the project goal. As the project manager, you need everyone working towards the same goal. Rather than ignoring a team member's personal goal, a better approach is to acknowledge it and to allow that person to have two goals, their own and the project's, as long as they don't conflict. Finally, early involvement of team members in planning the project and making decisions is ideal, as it strengthens commitment of individuals to the project goal. Most projects require, at the very least, some general project roles: scheduler or coordinator, assistant project manager, contracts manager, finance manager, project officer. Sometimes one person can do all these roles. Again, the bigger the project, the more project support roles you will have. The roles for each project will change according to the complexity, scale, and context of the project. Bigger projects tend to have more tasks and needs and therefore bigger teams. It's also normal for people to come and go from a project team, and this can make the team unstable. Most projects also require specialist skills, for example, an IT expert, a building services engineer, a marketing expert, or a civil engineer. Your role as human resources manager is to identify the specialist skills and knowledge required for successful project completion. A quick word on how to identify the skills and knowledge required by the project. This is called a needs analysis and can be done through answering 3 questions. Firstly, what skills and knowledge are required by the project? All you need to do is write a list. Then cross off the list the skills and knowledge you already have in the organization. And the third stage of the needs analysis is to ask what skills and knowledge do we need to bring in? And that is the skills and knowledge on your list that have not been ticked off because you already have them. Once you've identified the skills, you need to work out the reporting relationships. These are represented on an organizational chart. For a small project with a few technical or specialist skills, the organizational chart is simple. This one shows the project manager and some support members in the project team. This organizational chart shows more team members. Notice the lines between the different team members. Some are solid and some are dotted. The solid lines represent lines of authority, whereas the dotted lines represent lines of informal communication. A larger project can have many more team members, as shown on the organizational chart here for the Manhattan Project from World War II. This organizational chart shows the stakeholders in the Ravenshall Prison Project in Victoria. Have a look at the formal and informal relationships shown. In this video, we looked at how the project team can be made up of general project management roles plus specialist skills and knowledge. We looked at how the team can be unstable and why it's a good idea to include people in planning and decision making. We looked at the process of a needs analysis, and we looked at some organizational charts. In the next video in this series, we will look at how to acquire staff for your project team and how to manage your project team successfully. Here are some review questions on today's video.